Right, so this account most likely blown. It's already ineligible. I'm not really sure what that means. I got into this trade because I just wanted to see if the account was able to be traded on. I don't know what it means when it's ineligible, so here, take a look. My maximum loss violation is one before, and this one is ineligible, so I'm not really sure what that means. I don't know why it continues to let me trade. If anybody knows, let me know down in the comments. But so basically, uh, what this video is just like an introduction as to what I'm doing, right? So what I want to do is I want to help me keep myself accountable with my trades and everything. So what I want to do is I want to keep it all in a video recording and sort of keep myself accountable in that way, right? So I could just be talking to myself, I could be talking to somebody out there, but all this is just me um trying to keep myself accountable with rules and everything. If this trade turns out to go in my favor, and hopefully, I mean, it does, and I get this account out of drawdown. Don't know what it means by ineligible, but I'll continue to work on this account and until this one just doesn't let me trade on it anymore. So, but after that, I will buy an account and I will just try to keep myself accountable. And that's all I'm really doing with these accounts. So on the left-hand side, we have the 30-minute chart, and on the right, we have the 1 minute. So, um, might just let this trade out. And I'll keep this up on the right hand side. On the left hand side, I'll just start to look for what I think is good setups and what I characterize a good setup. So let's see how this silver um, plays out, right? What I thought about it, why I was okay with just really quick off the bat, like why I was okay with placing a trade here, right? I didn't just blindly like there was something about it that like got me interested. We might continue to go down, but what sparked my interest here? So if we take a look on the left hand side, we see how it sort of just stalls out here, right? Fails to continue to go lower, and then so it's going lower, it's going lower, it's going lower. We fail, we stall out here, and we have this big jump, right? Something about these sort of setups always sparks my interest, right? This here where it just stalls and it's just in the same place for a certain amount of time always sparks my interest. And then we have this uh, sort of liquidity sweep here, and then we push higher. Um, I might look for this area here to be me move my stop to break even, and maybe I take profit here. Why I put my stop down here? Sort of just like an inversion kind of thing, right? I know that certain ICT traders look for a fair value gap inversion, so just keeping a lookout. This might be too wide of a stop for me, so this is the thing though with the big contracts. This is what always where I mess up and because I mean on a 50K account, what do you have like 2K with the drawdown? So on a 50K account, $1,050, it's too much. You guys are trading anything, let me know. Um, be cool to just look at what you guys are looking at. But so here, right there, just jotted down the high there, and I think it should be up on my screen here soon. Maybe not. So that high would probably be 37, 130, 37, 130. Wow, that's not even that high. Let's pick that up a little bit. It might be wrong. So it'd be like here. It'd be what is that? 37 135. And currently we are at what? 37 110? No way. Oh yeah, 135. There we go. So we'll go break even here. We'll go break even here. 37 135. Ideally, there should be no reason that I am um put it right here below this here. Below here. Why here? If this thing fails, this breakout fails, I believe we'll continue to go down lower. It could just stop me out and continue to push higher anywhere around this area here. But if that's the case, then I'm willing to take the loss instead of risking something. Show you guys right now. So it could stall out, come down into this area here and continue to push higher if we fail this. But I'm willing to take the loss here instead of risking it coming down here and then pushing him back up and having it not do that and continue to come down. I'd take a $1,000 loss on this, right? So I'm really close to break even. So I haven't been really much of a futures trader. What futures has made me do is has made me focused has made me focus on chart patterns more than anything. You know, if you take a look back at any of my older videos, it's more like options, and I'm more of a fundamental trader. So I think the futures approach, while it does help with theta and stuff like that, right? I do find it easier to hold contracts because you're not fighting theta decay and whatnot. But it has made me focus on more of a technical um, style of trading. So, and as we have seen, it's a little difficult. I'm working my way there, so just be patient with me. I just want to be I want to make sure that every approach to the market has a significance and I'm properly doing a some sort of back plan behind my trade and my trade ideas, and I'm not just blatantly like just taking and spamming random because that's what these are, right? That's what this is. That's what this is. It's just getting irritated and just giving up, right? Um, I know that I how to approach it, but after I have one mistake or one big drawdown, it gets hard and I give up and I just throw it all out and I'll make irrational decisions in order to make all of my money back. So this is to help keep myself intact. As far as the stock market currently, what are we at? I think we're like at four something, four, sorry, six something. SPY at least is at all-time highs at 630, I think last time I checked. So 621, currently at 624. I think this might be the beginning of a of just continuing to push down lower. How low? Not sure, but I think this might be the beginning. Just don't really quote me on that. I haven't done too much research lately, as I have been in the futures market, but sort of just Just let me see if I can look this up real quick for you guys. Um, what's it called? I know I have it on Safari, but what's it called? Trend? No, seasonal. Seasonal trading. Okay, I might not be able to log in my account, but very much of a seasonal trend sort of trader, and so uh, there we go, Season X. I think the last time Trump was in office, just the way the charts looked, and just the charts now and past trends, I think we could be on our way to a downtrend. So let's just take a look here. We'll look at something like SPY. Let's take a look. Um, Currently doing well on this trade, up 200. I will move my I will move up to break even once we hit this here. So take a look here. Right, you see 28th, we start this downtrend. Maybe wait for a retracement. Sorry, give me a sec. Growing Pains by Yeet. Have you guys heard it? I think I was listening to it on my way to Modesto. Song's a banger. I think it was one of my only favorite songs out of the new Yeet album, but I did skip through them pretty fast. Um, Anyways, so Spy, right? I what I want to see from Spy, if I were to do something in this, if I were to place a trade in this market. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and open up on the left-hand side. I'm gonna open up Webull. This screen over here, we'll just we'll have Webull pulled up. I can show you guys something what I want to look for. Still monitoring this trade here. We're up 175. All right, I don't know why it opened up on this side, but I'll go ahead and get that opened up on the left-hand side. I would wait for a sort of retracement. You know what? It might not let me close this page at the moment, so I guess we'll just have to keep it open on the right-hand side here. What ideally I would like to look for is still looking good. I think we finally hit our mark. And so ideally what I would want to do now is move my stop to break even. So we moved our stop to break even. I guess I can call that break even. I mean, we're like a takeaway. I don't even know what you'd call that, but so just keep it there. Ideally, as far as SPY, I would like to see a form of retracement before I choose to go lower on this. If we are to go lower, I want it to prove to me that we would go lower. We would like to see it retrace, right? We could have some sort of V-shaped recovery. Um, induce. I don't know if induce is a word. What the hell does induce even mean? I actually gotta look that up. Don't. I said some bullshit. I think I want it. What I would like is the market to, there we go. So induce a lot of people into, hold on. I gotta figure out a stop loss, which ideally I would have liked to have done beforehand. Sorry, a take profit. Take profit. Nope, not there, there. So ideally our take profit, we would have somewhere up here, 700 and my stop loss break even. So um no risk, $700 take profit. I'm not really looking for much here. So anyways, SPY, ideally what I would like to see here is induce a lot of people to thinking that this is a V-shaped recovery and ideally maybe seeing after hours some form of, because it always happens after hours, right? We would have to go somewhere in this area here. It's a big area, so maybe climb and then continue to come down. So just continue to trick people into having having them think it would dump, reach anywhere in this area up here, and then continuing downwards. So that is my ideal setup. What I want to see is it um right now the this thing could trap a whole lot of sellers every step of the way, come up, trap the buyers, the long-term players here who think that this is just another V-shaped recovery to all-time highs and then just dump. So ideally that's what I'm looking for. If I were to jump into this, that is where I would look to do it. Um, that's just something quick that I look very very short seller controlled market. So I think this is a good opportunity to just continue to trap everybody on the way down, make its climb, and then dump. But it won't be easy. Anyways, the take a look at the 1 hour. Um, so we're looking at silver. See, I was looking. See, this is scary, but I've been looking at it and it looks like it wants to continue to go up. I mean, if we take a look at the daily, right? I see a liquidity sweep here. I see it building up here. So this is what I'm saying. Of course, just on this from the 20th of 2000 at least, I've seen this so far. This is what I'm seeing. So I saw this build up here for a while. We had this liquidity sweep here, come down. We build up here, we come up, we fake out again, and then we build up here for another few months. We come up and then we build up here. And then we had this last liquidity sweep. We build up, and so I think we're at a bottom currently for a build up. It could drop down lower, but I just don't think so. Right? I think we could build up here for a while. I don't think, right? I don't think this is just going to be as simple as it drops and then we continue up. but you know, because I mean, just looking at the rest, it's not really what we see, right? We just build up here. How long do we build here up for? Probably a whole year, right? So I think we found a new level here before we make another move up, right? That's if we make a move up. But I think so far we're pretty early on into this build up, so that's why I've been looking at silver. Silver has been something that I've been looking at, just been going long on it whenever I get a chance. So that's why I am, especially here, right? We saw it come down, and we saw it fail to go lower, build up here, come up, liquidity sweep, come up. So we'll just see how this trade works out here. Be really uh shit if we hit break even, but I think I might want to move my stop up a little bit. We fake out here, fail to go lower. I mean, fail to go higher, come down, and then we make a next move up. So just let this trade break out, fail, break out, whatever it chooses to do.
Crunchyroll is now available on YouTube. Discover new anime series.
Take a look at some other charts and see what else I see going on right now in the markets. So we have silver as a potential trade idea. I'll be sure to keep a notepad of this.
They can't break unbreakable. They scared to face the truth because they hate the view. They taste the juice. I hope it make them.
This is funny. Okay, anyways, let's keep it in a notepad. Let's keep open. Yeah, you know what? I'll keep this open completely. And so on the left-hand side, we have just continue to look for anything. Up here we'll have the trade. So what I'm currently looking at, silver longs. You know, we have a potential long-term bullish trend. See what else we can look for. We have silver, um, ES. So if we were to do anything here on ES, we'd probably go short here soon after we can come up into this area up here. You know, I'd be willing to look for ES shorts. ES shorts. Possibly long term, not really that long term. You know, it's like a monthly trend, but maybe a few months at most. But ES as well. This looks good. See what else we can find. Let's check out crude oil and platinum. Crude oil. Check out crude oil. We'll check it on the daily. Start the daily. Want to start with the higher time frame bias before I sort of work my way down. It's always how I do it. Just by the looks of it, let's see what we have going on here. See what we have going on here. See, it's really hard to work with this. At least in my case, like, I, what would we call this? Is this going to break out and possibly make a see? Because look, so this failed. This was a double top. We came down. We came down, and we've just been building up here. We have failed to go lower, failed to go higher. Could this possibly be a short here? It's just hard. You can't, I can't make a, just based off of this here, I can't make a, form a bias or a hypothesis around this. So ideally, I'm going to take that as my answer and just stay away from crude oil for the moment. See, maybe I just can't because I want to drop down to a lower time frame and try to approach it that way, but I could be going against the long-term trend and therefore get stomped out, So crude oil, no bias. Either way. This is I guess I'm just practicing on how to form a knowing when a trade isn't um holy shit. Knowing when something doesn't look ideal to me and staying away because many times we get caught trying to form something that is not there. So, what do we see here? This is actually crazy. This could be a short, but this looks exactly like the last chart that we were just looking at. This could be a V-shaped recovery. But then again, just like I said, could be forcing something that isn't there. So crude oil, I'm just gonna stay away from crude oil. No, this is copper as well. I remember I took a long here not too long ago, thinking that this would be just like a crazy V-shaped recovery. And ever since then, I got in it like somewhere over here. So had I kept my stop loss at a low, I'd probably still be in this, but just I'm not gonna be hoping and praying on a V-shaped recovery. So um, it's copper for you. Um, no bias. Stay away. The British pound. Can I even place a trade on the British pound? Anyways, the British pound also looks like another form of the trade. Silver. I think I'm in the silver trade. I think that's what it is, but the setup, right? Let me take a look at the on the daily, see what it looks like. I can't really form a bias around this. I mean, what has it been doing, really? I think it's the same thing with the British pound. I can't really form a any sort of bias around it. I want to see longs. I mean, I want to see shorts, but why do I want to see shorts? Why do I think I see it? Is the better way to phrase that. So I see the liquidity sweep here. I see all this liquidity building up here, right? I see the higher high, lower low, and I see we never did come down past this further lower low here, came down, took all this liquidity, built our way up, and around this area here is where we finally failed, right? After since 2022, we failed this area. So now what I see going on here, work our way down. See, but this also looks like my silver trade, so if we take a look at it. That's a 30-minute. We'll take a look at the 1 minute. I want to take a short here. Where would I like to take a short though? Um, Let me move my way up to a 5 minute. Maybe it might be a little bit more clear for me there. Take a look at the 5 minute. I think we're not far from pushing ourselves lower. Anywhere up here, anywhere in this area up here. Ideally, I would like to place a short. So anywhere up here is good place for me to start looking for shorts. We might fail and continue to push up higher, but ideally I would like to look for shorts here. So the British pound, I'm going bearish on the British pound. And we're leaning bearish. Ideally, I would like to see it come anywhere into this area up here before continuing the downtrend, faking out an upwards trend. So we can see how something like this would play out. I'll probably leave this pattern up and we could take a look at it next time I'm up or on here. Um, I'd like to get anywhere from here and work myself down to these lows and, Something like this is ideally what I would like to look for. So before I probably hop off here and take a look at the silver trade, see how it's playing out so far. I'd really hate to micromanage this, but I'm going to probably just at least 25. I think this might help with the feeds.
Phase 44, AI creation platform, made for anyone with an idea.
I've never seen that's a lot. I've seen trades this slow, but this is just so boring. But it's not meant to be fun, right? Um, Trading is not meant to be this dopamine filled um thing, right? I think we are all sold this illusion that it should be, but sometimes it's really just this slow. We have one thing that is is causing me to rethink my approach is we did just take this high, so we could be continuing this downtrend just like I did on the British pound, right? Um, Take this high and continue down lower. I think that might not be the case. One of them will continue its push upwards. The other one will fail. I'm not sure which one it is, but it's just the way the market is sometimes. Sometimes you see the same setup on different markets, on different stocks. One of them fails and one of them continues to push forward. So there's something that I've noticed in my time that I've been trading. That's one of them, right? Currently at 175 on the trade. Just really trying to get this account out of drawdown. It's already ineligible, so there's really no point in me to trade it other than trying to work on my trading. Silver longs, potential long-term bullish trend. Um, Yeah. Still trying to get my payout here. Um, I'm doing really good in stocks, but I just have failed to find any real progress on the futures market for some reason. I just find it very different. It's very technical based. I don't know where to look for a fundamental, I don't know where to look for fundamental based news and how to form a bias as good as I can around a stock in the futures market. Right. So what that means is that with the the certain stock, I know how to I know how to approach a stock, how to know where most of the people are positioned. I know how to go from there, and then I know how certain market news can be used to manipulate. And so in something with futures, I just can't do that so easily. And it's not like this news is put out to manipulate people, but I just know how people can take the same information and see something so differently from it. Then somebody with my kind of information can see it. And just being patient here, right? Not monitoring the trade. What could I do? What could I ideally like to do differently here? The setup looks all right, right? I like how we swept all this liquidity here very fast, very abrupt. We tried to push lower. How long did we stay here? We kind of chopped here for a little bit, so setup looks decent to me, but you know, don't expect it to not fail, to be susceptible. Um, so what? I'm like what, 3 weeks away from, let me check. I think 3 weeks away from school. That means, what does that mean? Kind of cool. I'm taking a micro and a macro class. I've seen many other traders who have taken the class, and it doesn't really correlate to what they're doing now in the markets, but I feel like I can take something from it. I know my business statistics class, I was able to take a lot like sorry, like means and standard deviation and whatnot. So hopefully I can take something from this macro and micro economics class. So I start in about 2 weeks, probably 3 weeks. So 3 weeks, 10, 3 weeks left before I start. I start on the 25th. Today is the 3rd. So excited for that. Excited to see how that might correlate. And I could see the market differently. If not, then so be it. Doing it to work towards a economics degree. So I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna call it a year. We could check to see how the trade worked out tomorrow. Um, so far it's going in my favor. It could hit my stop loss, my plus 25, at least to cover the trade. So we will go from there. So see you guys.